Have you ever wondered about life's biggest questions? Like, why am I here? What happens when we die? Or what else is out there? Well, we have, and we love to talk about it. And if you're listening, we think you probably do too. I'm Robyn.
And I'm Karen. And we've spent our lives searching for those answers, and we're seekers just like you.
We'll be talking to some of the most fascinating spiritual teachers, healers, and scientists, and showing you how you can use some of their spiritual practices for yourself.
We'll also be sharing stories of other seekers to motivate you to live your fullest life.
And we'll be translating it all, so the spiritual stuff won't feel so out there.
So if you're curious, get ready to rediscover why we're here together.
I'm a spiritual medium, and what that means is I'm going to be tapping into your energy field, but 99% of it is going to be coming from the spirit energy of your deceased loved ones, your angels, your guides. As we were talking about, we all have them. And what's going to happen is they're going to come through and impress information into me for you, validating past experiences, current situations, as well as future. Okay. Everything brought in is for your highest good only. I believe no message is a bad message because it is always supposed to help you in some way. Okay. I don't receive messages like you're going to die tomorrow or be in a car accident. That is not the intent of this work. As you know, the intent of this work is for healing and healing alone. I always say I'm not a party trick. I'm not trying to make you believe anything. Most importantly, I'm trying to validate that there is no death and that when we are physically gone, that we are here in a different way. So my job is to validate that for you, let you know who is with you and maybe what are some of the signs you're going to see from them. My hope and prayer is that you open it up and you are able to take it one step further so that you can use all of the knowledge that you're getting today to continue to connect on your own. As we said before, I'm impressed into all my senses. So I hear things, feel things, see things, sometimes even taste information. It can be like a game of charades. So I might just get a word like, it's weird, I want to say rose. Usually I say banana as an example. You'd be like, oh my gosh, I used to eat bananas with my grandfather all the time. Okay, that makes sense to me. Sometimes they'll give me names. I'm not sure who they are. I'm going to ask you exactly, who is this person related to you, whatever. Other times I'll know exactly what they're saying. I'm never going to tell you something I don't hear, but I'm going to honor everything I do hear, even if it doesn't make sense. Chances are 2 to 3 days, 2 to 3 months, it will come to an understanding of some kind, or it may not. But I believe in my messages. If it's coming out of my mouth, you're supposed to hear it. Obviously, this is a safe space. I know we're recording this. I was going to say, I usually say nothing leaves this room on my end. You can certainly tell whoever you want about this session. Know that sometimes I cry. You might cry. It's like we said, it's a mixed bag. We might laugh. There's going to be all different kinds of things. I have no control over who comes through and what they say. I wish I did. It would make my job a lot easier. Usually always ends up being the people you want to hear from. But if there's somebody at the end of our session that didn't come through that you wanted to hear from, ask me. I will try and channel them. Spirit moves really fast, meaning they could be talking to you about one thing and then move on to a totally different topic and then come back to the topic we were talking about before. It's kind of this weird thing that happens. I really believe that you get exactly what you need. No more, no less. Believe in divine messages, divine timing. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. So we're going to do this meditation, and obviously Robyn is sitting right next to me. So what can happen is that her people might end up coming through. If they do, they do. This is important. So Karen, if I'm saying something and it means nothing to you, but Robyn, you're like, oh, that's for me, you're going to have to say something.
Okay.
Just let me know.
Yeah.
Let me know. And then I'll just try and redirect it and we'll see what happens.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to have you guys close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes too. Robyn, you've probably heard this a million times.
And it never gets old.
And then I'm going to have you open up your eyes whenever you are ready. Oh man. Okay. All right. You got a lot of energy here. I will tell you that there is a grandmother figure standing above you. I think this is your mom's mom, who is feeling very protective of you and very, she's telling me that she is very protective of you, but also incredibly proud of you in this new venture that you're taking on. She says it's going to be highly successful. I am hearing that there was or is there divorce of some kind in your family? I don't know who got divorced. She did. Okay. And she's also talking about heart issues. I don't know if she was the one that had the heart issues, pain in chest she's talking about. Is that how she passed through heart illness? And I do want you to I'm supposed to tell you that she's with like a counterpart. So when I see that, it's either sibling, it's either like a relationship, it's somebody next to you. So I don't know if you've lost a sibling or a counterpart or a spouse of some kind.
If you've lost a sibling.
Oh,
yeah.
Thanks, Robyn.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. You've lost a sibling. Okay. Because your grandmother's telling me she's calling it a counterpart. When I see that, it means that somebody that would be around your age, around a strong relationship. And she wants me to tell you that she's with your sibling and that they're all hanging out together. And it's really fascinating because I'm seeing like Native American rituals. I don't know if you resonate with Indian feathers or resonating with this, but showing me that they're having some sort of ceremonial practice, like around a fire. I don't think I've ever seen this. So was your sister or your grandmother some type of, you're making a face. So I'm
freaking
I'm assuming.
The fuck out. I'm freaking out.
I don't know if they were some sort of Native American ritual seekers. I'm not sure. You might have to explain a little bit. I do see sage around too. So I don't know if this is like, she seems like a pioneer in her field of spirituality. And I almost feel like she's passing you the torch, which means that you're the one that's supposed to take on this next role of being the spiritual teacher that she seemed she was, but she is really into the Native Americans. I'm seeing turquoise feathers. I'm seeing a lot of that. I'm supposed to encourage you, if you don't already have Native American artifacts, things that will help you bring out her energy. Oh, she's thanking me for saying this to you. I think it's incredibly important that you have these if you don't already. Okay, you're shaking your head yes, which means that I guess I'm on the right page here. I will tell you this, I heard sister, so this sibling is your sister, and so I feel like she is hanging out with your grandmother and helping you to restore faith in this next chapter. I will tell you, they have seen you not feel so fulfilled in your chapter. And so they are helping you. They are literally downloading ideas into your mind for this next phase. They are the ones that are literally guiding you. Who is Jim or Jack or Joe? I don't know who these people.
My grandmother's husband name, who she divorced, is Jack, and her son is Jack.
Oh, okay. And are they living?
The husband has passed.
Okay.
Jack is.
I was going to say, it feels deceased. So she is hanging out with him. They have interesting karmic stuff going on. They are sitting next to each other and looking at each other as if they are restoring some karmic energy. It might feel a little complicated. I'm not quite sure why. Did you say who had the divorce? Is this
my grandmother?
Grandmother. Who is the S or the S sound? Sarah, Cindy, Sam. I don't know anything more than that. But
Cindy's my sister.
Cindy is her sister.
Cindy's your sister. Oh, okay. Oh, your grandmother is doing a really good job. It's interesting. Your grandmother has a microphone. So she's the one that I feel like your sister's standing here, but your grandmother feels very dominant. I don't know if that's how she was in life, but she's making me feel like she needs you to really hear her. She is your guide beyond guides. She's calling guardian angel guide, and that she is really helping you with your spiritual connection. So you need to call on her if you haven't, to be the one to help you on this journey. She's talking about art and being creative. So I don't know if this is you or her, but it's an important part of a soul's connection, being creative and having art. Did she actually make art, or okay? So
an artist. She was an artist. She's a painter.
Okay, that's what I was gonna say. Do you have her artwork?
I do.
This is really, it's really important for you to have her artwork. She is saying that she wants this to be established in houses or around, okay? And that it's a tribute to her she really appreciates. She is with this man. I don't know if this is Jack, who was of service of some kind in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marine of service. What was he? Was he
soldier? General in the Air Force.
Okay, thank you. So and this is Jack?
Yeah.
Okay. And which one was cremated? You're talking about cremation. Do you know?
I guess he must have been. I didn't know him. So
okay. He is connected to you though. He's helping you. But I don't know if they had a complicated relationship or it was a little distorted, but he's saying that they're still working on their karmic connection. So it doesn't feel like, so let me ask this again. This is who she was married to that she got a divorce from. Okay, that would make sense of why they're working out the karmic connection. Grandmother's not giving me her name yet, but that doesn't mean that she won't. But she is standing here being almost like the matriarch of the family. She feels very bold and big and full of a lot of guidance. And you kind of, I wouldn't want to mess with her in a way. I feel like she's a little, I don't know if she was kind of tough in life, but it's like her opinions were very strong, is what she's telling me. She's saying that she wants to thank you because you somehow, even with this boldness of hers, you have kept her memory alive. And she's saying actually her legacy alive. So I don't know what you've done with her memory in the aftermath of her passing, but it's like you've kept her legacy going. And she wants you to keep doing this for the sake of your children and then along the lines of like a bigger picture here. Okay. She's saying, you're so smart. You don't give yourself enough credit for how smart you are. She was incredibly smart and she wants people to know this. Was she a pretty powerful woman in this way? Very determined, very like strong. She feels very dominant. But she's giving you guidance about your own intelligence of where you're going next, and don't second guess yourself. Okay. Your intuition is guiding you in so many directions and you know this, she's saying, but you also sometimes second guess it. And she's like, if I taught you anything, it's to honor your truth and honor your knowing. She's giving you full on support in this next chapter. She downloads ideas into your head. Do you feel that? Do you feel as though she's constantly guiding you in ways of...
I ask her every day.
Your sister too, though, is part of this also. She's saying, I don't want to be left out of this. She doesn't feel as dominant as your grandmother. She feels much quiet. Is that how her personality was? And she's kind of letting grandma talk here. She just said clone. So when I hear that, it either means there's somebody in the family that either looks like her or acts just like her. There's a resemblance of some kind, or she's mentioning the two people that are identical kind of to each other. And I'm not sure who this is. This is your mom's mom, right?
You might be referring to me and Cindy because we were almost Irish.
Okay, perfect. That makes more sense to me. It's funny because she has the microphone and Cindy's kind of standing here. She said there was a lot of drama after her passing and during life that actually, if it wasn't for that, you wouldn't be the healer that you are. So you needed to kind of witness all of the things, the tragedies and sort of she's calling it drama. But in order for you to be able to learn and be your most authentic self, a lot of these situations had to happen. She is telling me sometimes she was controlling in ways. And so she is apologizing for this, that she's learning how to not be so dominant and controlling. Does this make sense to you? Okay, good. Because you're shaking your head. I just want to make sure that this is who I'm with, because I feel that her presence is very bold. Is she like a bigger lady? Because she's showing me now she's not. Like she's pretty and she's put together and showing me like this skinny version of herself. Does she have weight issues?
Yeah.
Like weight. She's talking about like, what I want to say, I don't know if there was like a eating disorder or eating issues or something, but she's making me feel like that's all gone. She's with these like Native Americans. I just feel like almost like a pioneer in this.
Yes, that makes sense.
And people might have not understood her.
Yes.
So I think that that's where her sense of sort of righteousness might have taken over, where she's like, this is me and this is who I am and I'm bold in this, and like, screw everybody else who doesn't really see it my way.
It's interesting. That's interesting because she wasn't, I can see how she would be that way now, but I think she was a little trepidatious in her lifetime.
Oh, she is very secure. This woman is very secure now. So, which is very important that you know that she's helping you be more secure. She's giving you a little tough love about practice what you preach. So it's like you have these amazing ideas and spiritual practices, but you don't often do it as much as, like, you're such a good teacher of it, but she wants you to keep practicing it yourself. Which one went fast and unexpected, where you didn't get in necessarily like a whole lot of time to say goodbye? Was it your grandmother or was it Cindy?
Both.
Oh, wow. Okay. So now they're on top of each other. So one of them is pointing to their brain. So usually it means where, I know you said your grandmother had a heart issue. So I don't know if this was a heart attack or immediately sort of this heart thing, but one of them is talking about having, and the only way I can describe this is their head wasn't clear in some way. And this could be mental or physical. And that there was at the end, things were just not clear in her brain. So I don't know if this is Cindy or grandmother. Can you tell me which one this was? It was Cindy. Okay. So I just want to pull her forward a little bit. She's saying mental, this is all clear now, clear. She says she's not trapped in her brain or her body anymore. And that you need to know that she is so vibrant and filled with light, that she doesn't have that mental, physical anguish in her brain. She's calling them, and I hear this sometimes, cobwebs. Those are all cleared. You were just looking at a picture of her, she said. And you were just looking at her and like asking for her to come through. And she's saying, thank you for doing that, because she loves it, and not to just do it for things like this for today, but to keep doing it. She wants me to tell you that she's sorry for the challenge that was faced after she passed, and maybe when she was passing. Did she have some emotional issues where she just, I hate using this word demons, but it feels like just things that succumb to a place of not having depression, anxiety, and all these kinds of things just took over. And that's why it's so important for you to know that the cobwebs are out of her brain. Like, she just doesn't carry that soul energy of feeling. I hate the word demon, because it's not what I mean, but I think you understand what I'm saying.
I do. No, it's actually, it's an actual right word.
Okay. One of the main messages is that you could not have saved her. And I think you felt like you needed to, or you tried.
Yeah.
You did exactly what you could have done. And there was nothing anybody really could have done to actually save her. So there's this thank you for trying. I don't know if she was stubborn in her healthcare. You guys were trying to get her help and help her. And this idea of she tried, but she couldn't, and it's nobody's fault. So the guilt that you carry, like, did I do enough, is actually something that she's pleading with you about, getting rid of the guilt of not saving her because you couldn't have. Okay. She's saying, if anything, she credits you. She's thanking you for what you did, because you were such the ultimate caretaker. You almost did more than anybody else in the family to try and get her the help that she needed. And she recognizes that now, even if she didn't have the capacity to maybe tell you in life. I don't know how she was able to express her compassion for you. She doesn't have any source of emotional discomfort. If anything, she says she feels so free. Did she make choices that ultimately contributed to her passing?
Yes.
I don't know if this is an outright suicide or if this, okay. So she's showing me owning it. I'm so sorry, but I have to tell you, her light is shining a lot bigger now than it was in life. So she is out of that mental anguish. Did she suffer from addiction?
Yes.
I see everybody so worried about her, and she's showing me that she just couldn't get out of her own way. And even though there was this feeling of wanting so badly to get out of her own way, but she just couldn't, and that you couldn't have saved her. So I have to keep telling you though, but she still thanks you for trying.
I was the big sister, so.
Can I ask you a question? Did she at one point actually have a near-death experience, and then she kind of came back, and then I don't know if she tried taken her life prior. She's calling it a near-death experience where it didn't happen.
He had a few, actually.
Okay. She just keeps saying, I want everybody to know that I'm okay. There is this feeling of one of your children, I think you worry about more than others. And she's saying that she is watching over one of the boys to help him with his own mental stuff, and that he needs to know he's being guided by her. Okay. I don't know which one of your kids might be suffering from a little bit of some things that feel mentally challenging. And she's saying that that's not his fate the way that she went. Okay. So there is this feeling of like, is he going to fall into the same patterns that Cindy did? Am I hearing this correctly? And that it's not going to be the same case. And you have to let what you're doing, which is so common, as she's telling me, is like the transference, where you think it's the same story and it's not, because he has you as the mother that is so on top of it. Okay. Almost too on top of it. So you need to just kind of maybe pull back a tad, just so you know that you are giving him all the tools that he's capable of doing. I almost feel like he's kind of even coming out of some things. I am supposed to tell you that you are the ultimate healer. You were born in this world to be a healer. That is your soul's purpose. They're calling you a healer. It's something that has always been in you, but now with all of the experiences you've had, it's going to take off tenfold. And you're not going to stop until you get there. In terms of this whole platform thing, I'm making sure everybody is aware that you do have a lot of stress. It's like, this feels very similar to you, Robyn, where it's like you guys just like want to get this, like you just want it to happen already, but it is in due time. You have to give it this year for the process to get your connections. I do see this year cycle, like 1 year from now, things are just really going to be in falling into place. But right now it's like the process, and then the final product will be within the year. I do feel like whatever you're doing now, it has not fulfilled you at all. Like this has not been something that you can almost take any longer. You want to like literally jump ship, but you actually can't, but you're waiting for the day to literally just be like, okay, I'm officially done. And I do feel like it's happening in the next 3 months. It's going to be up to you to take the leap of faith, okay? Because the money will come once you decide to rip off the Band-Aid and just do it. It's like, what are you waiting for? It's all aligning for you to just like, I almost feel like you're going to go in the day up and be like, okay, today's the day. I'm done. And then you're just going to be done. And then the whole next chapter is taken off. But they're saying within the next 3 months, there's a sense of like, you're free to let go, because it's like, you have this unnecessary worry that what it's just you getting in your own way. This is where that trust comes in, where you need to make sure you keep going with your gut. You know, you need to rip the Band-Aid off. It's just like it's almost like you're waiting for like some divinely guided intense moment for time. And it may not, you might just have to just do it. And by the next 3 months, if it hasn't happened, I might have to come and like kick your butt a little bit. And I say that with a great amount of love because it's time. It's time. Do you also have a Rose or a Ruth? R-O.
Do I have a Rose or a Ruth?
Do you?
I have a Rosa.
Thank you. Okay.
I have the grandmother.
I think it's Robyn's people that are coming through here. Rosa. Okay. Oh, yep. I just heard Bob Robert. Okay.
Yeah.
Your people are so aligned together, helping both of you orchestrate this next venture. I have to tell you very loud and clear, when I hear the words problem solved, it means that things are going to get so clear that you won't have to keep questioning it. You both are going to be on the exact same page. But this whole preliminary, your grandmother, man, she is a force. She keeps saying that she needs to be recognized as being the one to guide you and to help you. Can you tell me a little bit about this Native American thing? Because it just keeps being brought up. Do you have a Native American spirit guide, or is it something that she...
Okay, I'm going to let Karen explain this, but when I tell you it is so divine timing that you're talking about this because of an experience that Karen and I recently had. Why don't you explain that?
So I have been craving a past life regression forever. And I've had them in various states, but Robyn was here, a couple weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to Shell Rock in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And she gave me this amazing past life regression. And the major past life moment that I recalled was being an Arapaho Indian and making this quest. I know.
Like, it's in detail, but I tell you that as an observer in the room, Karen was able to recall her entire life as an Arapaho Indian in Wyoming. And she was the son of the chief who was killed in a massacre.
Oh my gosh.
And who knows, clearly her grandmother was part of that lifetime and and knows about this.
We went online afterward and we tracked, that's where the Arapahos went. They went from Colorado to Wyoming.
Oh my gosh, that's so crazy and cool.
It was. And I believe that it's like a double meaning, in my opinion, knowing that we had this and there's clearly a connection there. But what I know of Karen's grandmother is that she was a pioneer of her time from a spiritual sense. Back in the day when people did not talk about this, she was talking about it and she was believing when that was not really a time to do that.
That's bold. Talk about being bold. And you totally hooked into that. She was your greatest teacher to help you see, like my aunt doing this for me. She was your teacher that helped you know that you have the spiritual capacity and that you're being protected. I see turquoise.
Oh my God, I can't believe you just said that. Okay. So what I was going to say was she was very fascinated by Indian culture, for one thing. And upstairs in my bureau, I'll show it to you guys later, an incredible turquoise necklace. I mean, like, it's huge. And I haven't worn it in a while because it's a big old statement. But it's her necklace.
When we wear our loved one pieces of jewelry or their clothing, it brings out their energy even more. And it sounds like this is sort of a massive piece, but I'm going to encourage you when you're going into these meetings and things to have it on with you. Okay. She really wants to continue to be a part of helping you with this process. Your dad is talking. I'm supposed to give you both advice about money. Do not worry about the money piece, that it will come. If you built it, it will come. The Field of Dreams movie, it's that whole thing. And that moving savings around, maybe using savings is exactly what it's for right now, so that you can get this next chapter going. So don't worry about the money not coming. You have it coming. It's going to take some time, but don't get discouraged if it takes some time. You too can't give up on this. Even if you get some roadblocks, which you might, it's just challenging you to keep pushing forward through to make sure your dreams come true. And the money is just going to flow and flow. I'm supposed to encourage you to open up a little bit more of your creative side. I also see like writing. I don't know if you're an automatic writer or a journaler, but it's something that you're supposed to be working on right now to help you with your connection to spirit. So keep doing, you got a big smile on your face. So keep doing that. I guess that you are. She is communicating with you through that. So you're getting downloaded. Journal. Who had the cancer? Oh, this is your son who we're talking about. Okay. What kind of cancer does he have?
He's fine now. He had it. He had neuroblastoma as a young kid. But he's so good.
Okay. Fine. How is his emotional state now? How old is he?
He's 18.
Okay. Did he go through a period of time where it was not the cancer, but it was like the aftermath of it, where he just kind of went into...
That's been more recent, to be honest.
Okay.
He's just finding his way, and he's not doing it in a traditional way.
It's not an easy way. But that's okay. This is where he's supposed to be going. So I have to give you solace. I'm supposed to give you peace about this. That is an important message. There's also a D name they're referencing.
Doug.
Who's Doug?
Doug is my sister's ex-husband, but was also just like a big brother to me for a long time.
Thank you. Okay. And this is Cindy's?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, so Cindy and Doug both deceased.
Yes.
Wow, this is a lot of loss. I'm not hearing anything but like a hello. So I'm just going to honor that he's, I think, here as part of your spirit team saying hello. I will tell you, you have absolutely graduated. They're saying you've graduated into your next chapter. So you have actually gotten rid of some things that have not served you. I almost feel like even friendships, maybe colleagues, things that just have not served you. It's like out with the old and in with the new. It's your time. I do also feel like you might have some Italian ancestors. I am all the way in Italy, and I'm not sure why, unless you have a trip planned or you went there recently, you're planning on going there. Okay, just remember I said it. Remember I said it.
Unless it's not me.
Are you going to Italy?
No, but I'm half Italian.
Oh.
Oh, maybe it's Robyn.
And I wasn't. Anyway, I don't know. I just felt I had to say it in
Grandpa
case.
Bobby, what are you doing?
Who knows?
Okay.
Who knows?
Mom's side. I'm supposed to mention the Taurus. Is this on
me?
Oh, you're the Taurus. Okay, so it is for you. Okay. Yeah, your people are together here. You guys have been together in many lifetimes. They're showing me like several different lifetimes in different forms. And they're talking about partnership. You guys are going to continue to just keep evolving in each life. This one though, they're telling me is like, this is like, there's one more life. I've never really heard this before, but there's one more life after this between the two of you that might even feel even more pronounced, but you're doing your work right now so that when you go to the next life together, that it's going to not be it's going to be profound, but not as difficult. And then apparently you're moving into a whole new phase for lives. I don't know about past lives.
Wait, I have the chills up and down my body.
I don't know a lot about past lives, and I don't often hear them.
You don't. I know you don't.
At all, but they're telling me that you guys, this is like your second to last life before. It's almost like you would move into a whole. So there's this feeling of, and my knowing is that we evolve as spirits too, depending on what we go through in our lives. And the next chapter after this next life is like you guys are you can have a choice whether you decide to come back here or not, or be like an ascended master who helps the living.
Wow.
It's going to be a choice. They're saying,
Oh my God.
Wow.
your dad is saying this to me.
Oh my God.
Robyn. So in this life, like you guys have another life before you actually get to decide, because the next life is going to be even more, like whatever you're doing now is literally going to keep pushing you into the next most profound life.
Wow.
It'll be so evolved, you're going to be able to choose if you want to come back or not. They're calling you the ultimate teachers and healers. People are going to continue to learn from you. You guys still have work to do in this lifetime with it though, so that the next one around is going to be just like basically walking on air.
Wow. That says so much though, doesn't it, Rob? Like,
I never heard a message like this before, to be honest. It's so strange. I mean, and wonderful and beautiful, but I think you guys are ahead of me here. I don't think
Stop it. No, you're probably with us.
No, they're telling me it's not. I have a couple more lives until I get to that point where I can make the decision, which is really cool for you guys.
wow.
This is your year, guys. They're calling it the 2020, the year of the process, the year of the plan, and stay the course. So I don't know if Cindy ever had surgery, or you had surgery, or thinking about having surgery, referencing surgery.
Yeah. I mean, I did when I gave birth to my son. There was a near-death experience.
Oh, well, then that would make sense. I was going to say, what if it was a C-section or something? That's not it. But you also had a near-death experience.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. What was that like?
I wish I could remember it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
It was one of those where it was, I kind of bled out.
Just for me knowing you for several years, that was a very defining moment of your life. You know, that whole experience, it was the actual birth of her son and then what happened actually several months later, but they almost lost Karen.
Yeah. And that was really the beginning of like all the stuff. It was like a crazy, maybe 5-6 years where, you know, right after that, then Graham was diagnosed with cancer.
Wow.
9/11, in the midst of 9/11,
Wow.
my grandmother passed away. My sister passed away. You know, there was just a lot. Those were the experiences that gave me the foundation of which I'm building on now.
You couldn't be the healer that you are if you didn't experience those things.
Exactly.
That's what makes you a phenomenal healer. He said that you paid your dues. You have graduated. You get it. You know where you're going. You don't need to read any more books. Like, you don't need to be studying anymore. You already have it within you. You do seem like a knowledge seeker, but you can do it for fun, but you don't need to do it.
I feel that.
No more. You already have it within you. Your husband's also moving into a new chapter. So he's got some new exciting things ahead. Does he have some new career changes or some work stuff going on?
We're thinking about putting the house on the market.
Oh my God, I was going to say you're supposed to be moving.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yes, it's happening. I'm hearing it's a fresh start. It's time. So I wouldn't hesitate on this.
Right.
It's a new chapter. I think it feels fresh, and it's like this old static energy. It's about having renewed energy that's going to feel, moving isn't always an easy process, but once you're in and once you find the right fit, it's going to feel really good.
I think that's going to help him a lot.
It's like this whole feeling of like move, both of you having a new chapter and being able to celebrate together. So it feels this sense of, finally.
Yes.
We can all take a breath. It's not going to be an easy process because there's a lot involved in all this.
Yes.
But the end result will feel so much better than where you guys have been.
That's
so
awesome.
I'm supposed to encourage this move.
Okay, good. That was going to be one of my questions.
Who's the name? Alan, something.
So my two great grandparents.
Oh, okay. Al and Al. Okay. Well, then there we go. They're popping in to say hi. That's really awesome. I don't know if you were close with them, but they just want to tell me that they're with you and that they are with all of these energies hanging out.
That's awesome.
They're also mentioning 7, which is July. So
Okay.
It's someone's birthday or death date. Whose is that?
Cindy passed in July.
Okay. So she wants to talk. Okay. Hold on.
And my grandmother's birthday's in July.
Oh, okay. What was your grandmother's name? She's not giving it to me.
Lois.
Oh, Lois.
Lois Andrea.
Did Lois fall
Mm-hmm.
prior to her passing, or, right? She's talking about a fall.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Okay. I'm just supposed to tell you this fast and unexpected. It feels very fast. So the pain and suffering piece, I feel like she was already on the other side, even when maybe her body was still alive. So sometimes I see this where you need to know that like, it was okay. Like I feel like she was greeted by her people.
I need her strength.
You've got this. The only thing getting in your way is you. And I say that to both of you with lots of love here. You guys are so on the right page. Don't get discouraged. Rome was not built in a day. You have to take care of the process to get to the final product. And it is happening. So this is just a reminder about trusting. We've talked about this, about surrendering. Your grandmother, your dad, they're not going to let you give up on this, nor they're going to not let you down. And eventually you guys are going to have a chance to make your own decisions. And I know I keep joking about a bidding war, but I do feel like you're going to have your pick of the litter of how you want to do this. It will be your choice. I do think you will be able to have a choice. I've been saying that from the beginning. So what's happening right now is that she is repeating herself. So this is a really good time to ask any questions you may have.
And I guess the last thing is I am writing this book.
You're the writer.
So I know you mentioned that before, and it's a really scary thing, I got to tell you.
What are you scared about?
Well, it's not scared. I shouldn't say that word, but it's intimidating a bit, putting all your thoughts and ideas and everything out there for the world to consume and judge.
I keep hearing standing in your truth. People need to know who you are and need to know your story, because people will want to know who's behind the scenes of all of this and like what is their story and how did they get to this point. That is the only way we can connect, is if we're authentic and real and not exposing yourself. And I have talked to Robyn extensively about this. It's not it feels that is exposing yourself feels very vulnerable, but you have a big story. If you're writing about your story, that's the most real thing you can do to help you get to your next point. Each time you step into it, you're going to feel more and more secure about yourself and more insecure about what's happening. So get it all out, even with the intention of like, I'm doing this for myself right now.
Yep.
So you can write it exactly how you want to, with no pressure of publishing it. That way it'll be so authentic and real, and then see what you want to do with it. It will be an important part of this process.
Okay.
When we can all share intimately, then it helps other people share without judgment. People are craving authenticity right now.
Laura, you're so right. That's so true.
And I lived my life not in an authentic way for a long time. And now to be able to do that, you got to put it up. You guys have to put it
It's
all
lifting the veil, right? Like that's what and I think about the veil for us in this lifetime, the veil between the worlds. Like it's all of that.
It is very symbolic.
Right? There's something.
There is no question. There's a lot of change going on. That's why you guys have to be careful with like wanting it to be done tomorrow. Because it just isn't. It's like you guys are pregnant. I was saying like you're pregnant. You have to keep letting it grow inside of you before you give birth to it.
I love this.
Yeah. Keep trusting in the process. I'm not blowing smoke up your ass. This is all meant to be.
I know.
You definitely have such powerful guides that have gotten you to this point. And just keep talking to them, especially your grandmother. She is, man, a force.
Yeah, well, and clearly we're all related. So like that's clear, right? Like we are soul family.
Soul family.
I love the fact that Robyn and I, we've had this feeling anyway that we've been so connected because we just resonated so quickly together. I mean, putting a project together like this is a big deal. And we don't live in the same place. We haven't ever worked in the same building. And yet somehow we've had this collective vision that's just been so...
I just got the chills. And I have to tell you, even meeting with, again, the authenticity of what you guys are doing, and that's why it's going to be so successful, because the two of you are such authentic human beings. And it's no question why you two ended up doing this together.
Thank you. I know you don't typically actually talk about past lives.
No.
But like the fact that you did say that is
so interesting.
Well, and we recently had this epiphany about at least one past life that we worked together. That was extremely validating for us. Mm-hmm. And then to hear from you that we've had these,
cool.
that it just, so cool. It is so meaningful.
You guys have like only one more life left.
I mean,
until you get to choose.
What a gift this has been. I mean, to really be given the gift of healing, because there was so much healing in there for me.
So glad.
That I really needed. So thank you so much.
Are there any more questions you have before I close the session?
No, I really feel like everything that I was hoping for there. I mean, everybody I asked to hear from came through. All of this guidance, my gosh. So to be, given an opportunity to heal, to be given this guidance, to be given this reminder that there are these souls and guides who are out there for me. I mean, it's just... What better gift can you give to someone?
I'm so glad. I'm so glad to hear that. And thank you for being so open to letting me connect into your beautiful energies. And please continue to keep me posted on what happens afterwards.
And thank you for my bonus little
please
messages that I clearly needed to hear as well. So I thank you to you. Thank you to my dad and my other guides.
Yes. What I normally like to do is to close the session. So what I like to do is I'm going to thank your grandma Lois and Cindy and Jack and Doug and your dad, Grandpa Bobby, and all the other energies for coming through. Please continue to follow Karen and Robyn on their paths and let them know they are protected, guided, and loved. And please continue to show them all the signs and symbols that you were all there supporting them on their journey. And I thank you so much for showing up. Namaste.